North America's first yearling sale for horses with turf appeal is coming to Fasig-Tipton. Selected yearlings by the nation's top turf sires. The Fasig-Tipton Turf Showcase presented by Woodbine Racetrack, September 10th in Lexington, Kentucky. Where will you be?
Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Saturday, August the 12th, race number 10 at Saratoga. Let's take a look at the field for the Grade 1 Fourstardave Handicap at a mile on the inner turf, and our coverage is presented by the Fasig-Tipton Turf Showcase. Remember to head on over to the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com, download free Formulator past performances, and handicap along with us as we take this field in post-position order. They all can win, Mike Beer. 10-1 on the morning line for the number 1 Bolo Rocks, who just took the Grade 3 poker over yielding ground. He is certainly capable over firm going, and I think he's the horse with the most upside potential of anyone in this race.
Yeah, I don't know if they all can win, but a lot of them can win, and I think he's one of the ones who can win. I agree with that. I don't think he needs yielding ground. He ran fine last time. It was a short field. I feel like he got a good trip and a kind of a clever ride from Jose Lezcano. He kept sort of finding a way to intimidate, projected all through the stretch, and he managed to hold on in there. But I liked his effort in there. And you know what, Dan? I liked his efforts 2 and 3 starts back too. I didn't think he got the greatest trip in the world in that Churchill Downs race on Derby Day, and I actually felt like he ran a deceptively good race in the Makers 46, a race that I think you and I agree on. We don't like it that much,
right,
but I actually felt like he was maybe the horse you wanted out of that race.
No, I thought so too, and I wonder if I hope the situation wasn't last time the time in the poker.
Yeah.
But the price is going to be so good for him in this spot.
That's what
I mean, what kind of trip do you think he's going to get? He showed a little bit of versatility last time out in the poker. I was a bit surprised that not only was he forward, but he was able to kind of sustain.
It was very, again, I thought it was a very clever ride from Lezcano, because you're right, he hadn't been a horse who had been, sitting close to the pace in any of his races, but in a short field there, I felt like he knew who he had to beat, and he got ahead of those horses, and he managed to hold on.
The number 2 is American Patriot, and he defeated Bolo Rocks in that Makers 46 2 starts back. And Todd Pletcher sent him to Royal Ascot for a sort of ill-advised run in the Queen Anne, where he just didn't match up with those horses. But he's back here, and I think Todd has finally figured out that this horse is a middle-distance specialist. You remember when he began his career, it just was like Todd couldn't wait to get him out to a mile and an eighth, a mile and a quarter, and he ran well in some of those races. He won the Kent at 9 furlongs, third in the Grade 1 Secretariat at a mile and a quarter. But I think his kick is just better at these shorter routes. The Makers 46, he didn't change leads, he got it done. It was a race that I didn't love, but he finally cracked that triple-digit buyer plateau. And I think that little layoff off the Queen Anne's going to do him some good.
No, I agree with that too. And I hear what you're saying too about the shorter distance sort of enhancing his kick a little bit. I agree with you. I'm not a huge fan of his. I think he's pretty good. I guess this is a race that he could win. I guess we'll see what kind of price he is. Dan, I don't love this horse.
You made an interesting point to me before we came on, and you said, I don't like the inner turf at Saratoga for this horse. Why?
Yeah, I really don't. First of all, mile races on the inner are all about early position and saving ground. And to me, he's just not that kind of horse. He doesn't have handy kind of speed. I feel like he might find himself sort of outrun a little bit early in this race, and then it's going to be up to Johnny V to get him some kind of a clean trip in this race. He doesn't strike me as a horse who's going to really like this mile on the inner.
Number 3 is Time Test. This is your morning line favorite. And when he came back to North America in the beginning of 2017, there were whispers that Chad Brown had another flincher on his hands. Well, guess what? This horse has run twice, and flincher would be ashamed to be in the same breath as Time Test. When you lose to Smooth Daddy, Layoff or No, the way he lost the Fort and Marcy, that was bad. Now, he was a little bit better in the Grade 1 Manhattan, but Ascend to beat him was 29-30-1 in that race.
Right.
Time Test coming into this race with a lot to prove. This is a big race for Time Test because he could easily win. You could argue he was the most likely winner on paper.
Yes.
But if he doesn't win here, I think Chad has got to reassess everything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does here. I actually like them going the mile with him. I think that's probably a good thing for him. But you're right about his first 2 races. I mean, that was a pretty despicable loss in the Fort Marcy 2 starts back. Make whatever excuses you want for that race. That's a bad loss. He ran better last time, but if he was as advertised, he would have won that race. He got a really good trip. He took dead aim on Ascend, and not only didn't he get to him, he got outfinished by Sadler's Joy, almost outfinished by Sadler's Joy for second in that race. I mean, he just hasn't he just hasn't run that great in his first 2 starts over here. He's the favorite on the morning line again. I suppose he'll be the favorite again in this race. I can't bet him.
Speed comes from the outside. Let's cue up the Timeform U.S. pace projector for the 4-Stardave. We've got the filly, Sassy Little Lila, out there on the lead over the 6 Disco partner, the 7 World Approval. Sassy Little Lila is a fast and talented horse. I thought if she was going to win a Grade 1, it would have been against fillies last time out in the Just a Game, where she was able to get a nice, easy lead when the other speeds didn't go. She got a little drifty in the lane. Antono's a very nice filly who beat her. But these are some tough males. And while she's going to be on the lead, I don't think it's going to be that easy.
Yeah, she's got speed. I guess that's good for her. You're right. Listen, she's got 2 very close calls in Grade 1 races against fillies and mares, and it just didn't work out for her. They scratched her out of the race here for fillies and mares, the Diana earlier in the meet to wait this spot. And I got to tell you, Dan, I don't get it. I don't see how she could possibly win this race.
Jimmy Ryerson did a great job with Disco Partner, the New York bred, at the beginning of this 5-year-old's career, but he's just turned the corner for Christophe Clement. I mean, he won the Jaipur 6 furlongs, so it was a world record, 105.3, and then to Clement's delight showed that he could stretch out to a mile, no sweat in the Forbidden Apple last time out. I mean, he got a great trip and ride by Arad Ortiz, but he popped at another fast race of 105, and if that Timeform U.S. pace projector works itself out, I don't think so. I would think World Approval is going to take up the second spot behind Sassy Little Lila. But anyway, Disco Partner is going to be up close to the pace, going to be gearing up on the turn. The question I have for you is, the figs say he is.
Yes.
But is he this good?
I don't know. I could take either position, I suppose, on it. I'm going to take a negative one because he's 2-1 on the morning line. It feels like he might get bet. He's sort of the now horse. I will say this. I was impressed with his win last time. I liked that he showed he could do it. He did get a perfect trip, but he still finished in that race. I mean, he settled that thing pretty quickly in the stretch. This isn't a great field. He's facing better horses this time, Dan.
World Approval is a really hard-hitting millionaire trained by Mark Casse. He won the Grade 1 United Nations last year at 11 furlongs. He has just gotten more and more mature as he's gotten older, and his last 2 races among the fastest of his career. But I have to admit, I've been a little bit disappointed and underwhelmed by both the Dixie and especially the Manhattan.
I mean, the Dixie, as the races overall.
As the races overall. I mean, the Dixie beat projected in black tie, Grade 2, Grade 3 types, and he had a very nice, easy, comfortable trip and a great Leparoux ride. In the Manhattan, I just really couldn't see the excuse. He's tracking that 1,000,000-to-1 shot on the lead, and he was all out to get by that horse in the stretch, and then there was just nothing in the tank late. Now, I am against the Manhattan as a whole as a race. I don't like anybody really coming out of that race. You like this horse cutting back in distance. And if the Timeform U.S. pace projector is wrong and he sits second off Sassy Little Lila, there's a good chance he makes the front turning into the stretch. I
agree with what you're saying about the Manhattan. I was disappointed with that race. I did not think that he ran well there, and no excuses. But I do like him going shorter. I've always felt like he was a better horse going shorter. I think he can get a good trip in this race. I don't know. I almost put him on top. I prefer Bolo Rocks at a much better price, though. I would use him because I think he'll get a good trip, and I like the distance for him. But I don't love him in this race. I'm with you.
Let's take a look at the picks for the race of the day, the Grade 1 Fourstardave Handicap. You're going with the price. Bolo Rocks 10-1 on the morning line. You're going 1-7-3.
Yeah, I just think he fits really well in this race. He can get another good trip. He showed that positional speed last time. He can do that again from the rail at a mile on the inner. He can put himself in a good position here.
I'm a little worried about American Patriot's lack of that early positional speed, but 6-1 on the morning line is fair for the streaking Pletcher barn, hoping maybe he can kick these down late in the Fourstardave. 2-6-1 for me. If you're playing the Saratoga Saturday card from home, please sign up to DRF Bets. You'll have access to a 10% win place takeout on 10 select tracks, including Saratoga, plus a $300 cash bonus. You can learn more at drf.com/take10. Approximate post time for the Grade 1 Fourstardave race number 10 at the Spa on Saturday, 6:28 Eastern. Good luck.